1970, we sure we did the forefront. Knowledge for service, for sure we did the work. Auditorium to basement of all faculty of law. We did represent, stand tall anywhere we go. Work hard and we shine, commitment, dedication. Neurosurgery, comedy, music, Nollywood. SOTK, Dr. Call, MC Casino. We did represent, stand tall anywhere we go. Great UNIBEN, great UNIBEN, great UNIBEN, great UNIBEN. Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of the UNIBEN Alumni Series, and I'm your host Kevin Omokaro. And on today's show I have an entertainer and author as well. His stage name is Kingsley De Comedian, but I know most of you do not know his real name. Is Kingsley Evbokpiagharu. I hope I got that correctly.
It's like you gave me that name. You were there when you gave me that name.
Thank you so much, sir, for granting our request to be part of the show, the UNIBEN Alumni Series. Good to have you here, sir. How is everything, sir?
Everything is good, nice, and well.
We thank God. There is something that's quite interesting about what you do. You are not just a comedian, you're an author. You write comedy books. I'm trying to wrap my head around it because your profession is more served through acting and stage performance, but now you put it into writing. What inspires you to write comedy books? Because it's not something that is quite popular in your field.
Yeah, actually, my inspiration came when I was still in secondary school. So I told my friends, I said, a day will come, I'll write a book. So they were like, oh boy, you don't start it. Which book you want to go write? I said, don't worry, I will come, I'll write a book. So when I got to University of Benin, doing shows was it was like a handshake for us now, you understand?
Yeah.
So the day I was performing, when I got home, I was like, this note started coming. You've not done what you said you want to do. As in, that kind of. I said, okay. Even the book, the first book I wrote, even delayed my event because I was supposed to do my event 2006 then. So I said, okay, when I want to do my comedy event, I need to do it with a book. As in, the name of the book will be the name of the show. You understand? So I was okay, let me just do something that's a book that when you read the book, you can laugh, it will inspire you, you understand, motivate you. So that was how it started. So I wrote the first book, Laugh to the Top. So and the name of my show, Laugh to the Top. That was the first book I wrote, just like comedy quotes, jokes, poem, because while I was still in primary school, we were into poetry. You understand? I was into poetry. So I said, okay, I'm a comedian, so whatever I have interest in and passion about, but what I use is just to like tweak it as a comedian, you understand? Just to like, with my own sense of humor, just to make it funny. So that was how I wrote the first book. Then the other book, I know that was the one you are asking me about, but that one is a guide to stand-up comedy. You understand? Effective stand-up comedy guide. Why coming up as a comedian, there were no books for me to read, as in to guide me. I was making research. Okay, let me see if at all Nigerian authors they've written a book as regards comedy. But there was none. I was like, okay, I went to the internet to search. I saw some foreign guys done something like that. So that was where I started doing more research. I was like, it is better you tell people how to do it to reduce trial and error. You understand? Because I just believe in every profession there should be a guide. You understand? I just said, okay, let me just write it to still inspire other comedians, and when I did it, it worked. But initially, when I started writing that book, when the book came out, when I told a friend of mine, the guy was like, Baba, never bring this book out. Wait first. Wait. No book don't do now. Wait, just wait. By the time you don't go far, where for your career, you can bring the book. I say, that God is smart. Bring this book, come out now. The funniest part is that the guy was my MC when I did the launch of the book. That was like 2009. When the guy handled the mic that day, I was like, I called the guy and said, Baba, you bad though. How you there? Run and say, Baba, like that your book. I said, this book,
The
I
effects
make
was
it try
obvious
to deliver
already.
like this, Baba, forget it. You understand? So that was how the book came about, and most comedians, it really helped most comedians. And the comedian that really shared that book to other comedians was Madiba. Madiba, as in, took that book. I said, bros, bring that your book still. Bring her. I'll give it to him there.
Yes,
We spread
that
it.
was actually going to lead me to the next question about acceptance level. You mentioned that Madiba, one of our alumni as well, actually she helped to distribute and distribute to his colleagues as the book. So, generally speaking, how was the acceptance level from comedians and maybe non-comedians as well that could benefit a thing or two from the book?
The acceptance was good because that was not the first book I've written. You
Mm,
understand? Being that I've written one initially, you understand? So that one was like, okay, this guy don't run this one. I even did advert on the book. I did adverts on air, not I did adverts, did a massive broadcast, you understand?
yeah.
Most comedians, they were like, let's don't write book for comedy, how the book be. But when they got the book and going through the book, they're going through, they were like, oh, God, this guy knows what he writing. Are you getting it? So the
Yes.
comedians, it was like, as in, to them, it was like a breakthrough because not just do one like this, not be doing like this, they say they do comedy now. Are you getting me? There are some basics you need to know. Just like
Mm,
when they gave birth to you, they taught you how to stand. Now, the gift of standing was inside of you. He taught you how to say mama, how to say papa. You understand? So
yeah.
the book is just like the basic. I do this, do this, do this. Things that can reduce your response on stage. What not to do, what to do. So them looking at the book as in baba, this book enter. You understand? So I started doing seminars as regards comedy then. I will invite several comedians. You understand? This one will tell you this is how I do my comedy. This is how I do my comedy. This is what works for me. You understand? And
Yeah.
after the seminar, we give the book out to comedians. That's what I did then.
Okay.
It
Um,
was encouraging for
okay.
feeling.
I've not read your book, but I want to tap from the source directly. Yes, we have a lot of comedians, UNIBEN alumni and non-alumni. Comedy is the sector is quite massive today in Nigeria, and as an authority as you are in your own right, having written books about comedy and how to help the basic foundation of comedy. What common practice do you see today that you think comedians are getting wrong? What common practice do you see in our comedy space, in our entertainment space, and you think if they had gotten your book, they would have done better?
The book majorly. This guy want to put me on the spot, Baba.
You do not need to mention names of comedians that are not doing it the right way
Okay.
because it appears comedy there is
Yeah,
a
the
template.
truth of the deal is that knowledge will give you an edge. Are you getting me? Knowledge will give you an edge, and there is a way. In every profession, there is a way that symmetries, but the end is destruction. When I mean destruction, as in some of them that are not knowledgeable. When I mean not knowledgeable, you that is a professional. When you see them, you just know when they are making some, how will I call it, some careless mistakes. You understand? Some comedians, you just see them go on stage and sometimes they just insult different, as in, dignitaries. And sometimes those things, before you do such, it's either you have a close relationship with that person, As in, so many, some just say things that are vulgar that are not supposed to. You're supposed to know the, how I call it, the
Ethics.
ethics, things you can get away with and things you don't get away with. You understand? When you're in the midst of your friends, there are some jokes you can say. But when you're in the midst of some, you understand, there are some things they won't take from you. You understand? Some of them sometimes they just out of ignorance. So I mean ignorance, they just believe, now so that they do am. Are you getting it? Now so that they do am, And it's so, when it comes to stand-up comedy, it's just so much. Some of them they will just keep saying things that are not connected to the event, as in so many, Baba, so many. Especially when it comes to stand-up comedy, so many, so many. So
Okay.
after the funny part, you see them still talking and talking and talking and talking. You'll be wondering, Baba, stop, nah. Now laugh, we can't laugh. Are you getting it? So many. Sometimes when I go for events, I just keep quiet because I'm there just to enjoy the event. I don't want people come to pinpoint so this one do this or not do, or this or not do wrong. So it's just
Okay.
like,
Uh,
yeah.
your type of comedy actually interests me a lot, and the way you carry out your activities. You go to orphanage homes, you go to prisons, you go deliver your talents to inmates who are not going to pay for your
Yeah.
services most times. How do you prepare for such events? You talked about the type of jokes
Yeah.
you'll say in
Okay.
different occasions. So
Yeah.
how do you make, because those in prisons, they have a lot going on for them. They have a lot of things they are thinking about. How do you bring humor to them, especially when they know that they are confined to a certain space? They do not have freedom as every other citizen we have. So how do you bring humor to those kind of people?
One thing, going to the prison, making them laugh. I've been doing it for like 14 years now. This will make it 14 years. You understand? It's just for you to know what they know. You understand? And just know what they know. As in, know, because your job is just to motivate them, inspire them, and make them laugh as well. You understand? So, it's a correctional center.
Mm,
So you are like telling them what to do, but in a funny way. You're not going there to make them sad. You're not
mm.
saying that the kind of joke you can't say there. You understand? If I thought you
Yeah.
want to even, okay, you want to go to the prison, just imagine what I was saying now. Why I said sometimes the environment will tell you the kind of joke you give. Somebody that is an arm robber now, you go prison and go insult am inside prison. E no work. Common sense suppose let you know, so you no need to go to school to understand that little basic. You understand? So
Mhm.
common sense suppose let you know, say, Baba, these guys they are down. So your
Mm.
job is just to make them happy. You understand? Making
Yeah.
them happy and also passing a positive message to them.
Um,
You understand? Because they need it as well. You understand? Not just
mm.
to make them happy. When you make them happy, they will see the message in what you are telling them. Someone will tell you, Baba, are you be our Jesus? Oh? Are you they
Okay.
call me call you? You know? So that's we still have comedians in prison. Yeah,
That's true.
we have comedians in prison, with different musicians in prison. There was a time we did an event in UNIBEN. There was a time when uh, suicide was somehow rampant in different institutions. So I did a program in University of Benin with alongside with the PRO office at Main Auditorium. One of the guys that have been in prison were close to like 18 years. He performed at University of Benin, Main Auditorium, and the guy did so well. The guy
Mm.
came from prison. Other comedians, University of Benin comedians, they were there. You understand? So that's just the how I put the way to go. Because when you see them, the job of comedians is to make people happy. Now, whether prisoner, non-prisoner, is to make them happy. So just for you to go there, just make them happy. Don't make them feel bad. But you still need to sit tell them about
Yeah.
CIB, CIB. They know, say, Baba, what did they do? Baba, CIB. They will even tell you, Baba, from the commit the level, we commit, but don't be. You understand me? So that is just it.
Okay. You mentioned that entertainment has been your thing right from primary school all through secondary school. But at what stage did you think or did you seriously consider that you can make a comedy, you can make entertainment your first address, something you really want to do professionally?
It was when I was in my junior secondary, because then we had a club in school then known as Blast Club. So what they do, they will organize events, we pay to watch them.
Yeah.
You understand? So then, being that I'm in junior secondary and my job then just to make people laugh, I'm also good in football. When I'm not playing football, I'm cracking jokes in class. You understand? So that was when I was like, but they pay, they go watch people, what they do for class for free. Are you getting me? I don't have a
Yeah.
people they pay, we go watch. And me go still pay, go watch. You understand? So when I changed my school from Donova College. I was in Donova College then in Warri. So I went to World of It. When I got to World of It, we did we did the 10th year anniversary of World of It. That was like 98, I remember. But as at 95, 96 was when I made up my mind about this thing, shaking on the,
Yeah.
you get it. But at 98 was when I got my first pay in comedy. That was like 115 naira. He invited me to come and perform. That was when I got that.
That probably would have been huge cash then.
The joy. Say they pay you money. You know what you do for free? You are doing it for the love of it,
Hmm.
and you are paid.
Yeah.
Baba, like my friend showed that money, self. Say, "Kiss with the man." I say, correct. The joy, I say, correct. 99, I was invited by Data TV, their radio TV station, by
Okay.
one
GBS.
presenter, Harold Coco, to come and perform in one of their programs at PTI, Petroleum Trading Institute in Warri. But I had a group then, a comedy group then as a 98. So when we got to 98, sorry, I had a group 98, then 99 I was invited to perform at uh, PTI, Baba. That was when we started flying at 98, 99. Then when I got to University of Benin,
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah.
I want to quickly go into your time at the University of Benin. You mentioned before we came on air that you had your diploma, which you finished in 2004. Then you came back again to study statistics with computer science. How was your time at UNIBEN? How was it like cumulatively, both your diploma and your bachelor degree times? How can you assess that period of time for you?
It was very interesting. University of Benin, very interesting. When we go to school then Email was using bike. It was our time. They stopped using bike in University of Benin. You understand? But they later changed to bus. Ecoso the gate was open initially. So that was like 2001, 2001 session. You understand? So when we got to school there, when they switched back to so when they switched to normal this present transportation, as in no more bike, I had a joke about trekking. You understand? Because then we were trekking because we were building bus stops and. So when that was what really dragged me to University of Benin student. Because we were like, this guy funny. You just carrying stop bike. Now this guy dey crack joke when they use bike, when we not they use bike. So and I performed during University of Benin orientation party.
Hmm.
Sorry, the
Students of
variety night, around
okay,
100 level orientation,
yeah,
organized by University of Benin. So I performed as a 2002, 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. I became the MC. 2003, I was the MC. 2004, 5, 6. So when you come to UNIBEN and they are doing their variety nights during 100 level stuff, orientation,
yeah,
I'll
orientation.
be at that variety night as the MC. So that was when my acceptance in University of Benin became loud because after doing that, other departments, if they want to do events, we say, call that guy we perform for orientation. That guy,
Hmm.
that guy. So it became easier for me because every department will come to auditorium at 300 level. So even the freshers will say, there's one guy that came during our, that was our kid, and then I was not vulgar. I was not saying jokes that were vulgar. So the Christian community, they will invite me. The departmental people will invite me. So I became like, oh boy, this guy can't run for school now.
How did you manage the stardom? Because you're a superstar in the university, and it goes with a lot of things. It
Yeah,
goes with distraction as well. So how were you able to balance with your academic and all?
yeah, I was able to balance it because it's part of me. It's my sense of humor. Are you getting? The only job is still comedy is more like a bookwork. Let me just give you the cocoa now. Because before you perform in any event, you need to know what you need to know about. You need to make research about that audience. Then, when I was in school, if I want to perform, let's say I'm invited in engineering, I want to do their event, so come perform. I will go and study about if it is mechanical engineering. I will go and meet them, but how far this one mechanical, what is it all about? Are you getting me? Even
Yeah.
though I know, but I will still ask.
Hmm.
Medical. There was a time I went to a medical student, they invited me. I said, oh boy, yes, when I get female, I mean bacteria. I said, I hear say the female bacteria they wear with on. They started laughing. Bacteria don't they wear with on now. You understand? You understand? So you need to know. So the more I'm doing my academics, the more I'm also studying. But I'm doing my own study as regards my comedy based on as you make research. You understand? And you just got to dey humble na University of Benin you dey na.
Hmm.
I no understand you. University of Benin when you dey stay Ekoso you no humble. Abeg o.
Yes,
You get me humble you na. I no understand you. By the time you see
that
you no go like what I tell my friend I say if if you are dry bones if you are a dry bone and you refuse to rise when you come to UNIBEN will boil you you will rise.
now,
You
now you are making
I
this
was able to
point.
manage it
Yeah,
because
you are
I knew my
making this
people there.
point about Unibe humbling you and also lifting your spirit. I think that's what I get from the narration. Unibe will lift your spirit. And I've had a lot of guests come on this show and they talked about how Unibe actually humbled them and made them to see life from a different perspective. That was one of the takeaways they took from the institution. For you, what can you say were the are the attributes you took from the institution outside fame, outside your certificates? What are those soft skills or what are those things that UNIBEN taught you?
Union will teach you discipline, resilience. Union will teach you so much. What will make you prepared. Let me just put that will make you prepared. You understand? You know? And there's one thing about Uniben is that even as a day when we are in Uniben, even before coming to Uniben, there's a name attached to that Uniben that when you are in Uniben, you like to keep up with that name. As in, before you know you come up for Uniben. Because let me give you one story. I was still in Uniben then. So we went for one program 2004 in Saple. Okomama was the MC, one comedian then in University of
Yeah,
Benin.
yeah, yeah. He has been on the show. Yeah.
Yeah. So 2004, so Two Face was the main act. So the guys that performed before me, Baba, they stoned these guys that went for stage. Not figuratively. Stone. So I'm like, Mama stage! And Two Face will pick a wash. And I was the comedian before Two Face. So Okoma said, ladies and just wanna relax now. Relax. They are still, and Okoma said, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from University of Benin. Baba, as a University of Benin, everybody just calm. Let's welcome Kingsley De Comedian. I just enter. One kind of quietness over the environment. I enter, Baba. Normally, I go deliver like Hebrew women. As I started delivering, they said, "Wait, continue, continue." I said, me continue. I want for you. I had to leave the stage and Two Face came in. That's to tell you that Uniben, there's there's one thing attached to that name, Uniben, that when you go outside, as in there's one kind of expectation they just attach to University of Benin. And you being that you are University of Benin, you are a student, then as when you are a student, you would like to like maintain that. Then leaving the institution again, that aura is still with you. You
mm,
understand? You don't want to do less
mm.
because the school has prepared you, whether you believe it or not. He has prepared you. You know,
Yeah.
it's when you come out, you will know say the Uniben really prepare you. Then when you get Uniben, people like say, man, but it stress you. But when you come out, there's a thought. There's this Uniben thought in what you do. Anything you do, you say, but which school you go? Uniben, I talk am. You will be like, talk am for it. You understand? So this Uniben boys will die. Now we get it. You will be asking which will take it. But it's just like that. It's a follow come when you
Mm.
attend that.
I quite agree because we get that compliment a lot. That, oh, I thought as much. Now, you know, if you do that kind of thing. Yes. Lastly, you're an OG when it comes to entertainment in UNIBEN. After you've seen the rise of the likes of MC Casino, MC Richman, Madiba, Spirit Man, Home of Laughter. We've seen a lot content creators who are doing expert in the entertainment space. What do you have to say to them? Because people like you have paved the way for them in UNIBEN. UNIBEN provided a platform, you and for them as well. What do you have to say to them to keep the game, to remain at the top of their game?
Yeah, they are doing great. Sometimes we meet, we gist, we talk. You understand? If I want to do events, I call them. You understand? What I will say to them, and it's what I keep telling them: keep the flag flat. You guys are doing well. You understand? Those guys are doing well. I think they are doing really well. Professionally, comedically, everything, they are doing well. And I'm impressed because most of them, I saw them in their grand states. When I mean
Mhm.
grand state, I saw them when they were coming up. You
Yeah.
understand? Because I didn't most of them from them. There was a day I went for one event, I saw those guys. There was this joy that came into me. I shed tears, not figurative, Papa, because I started remembering when this one came to me, bros, I'm a comedian, teach me this work. Bros, you know? And I saw all of them in one event in Benin. I was like, God, thank you for these guys. You know? I'm happy with their growth. And they are doing so well. I'm so happy with their growth. I wish them very well.
Thank you so much. Sir. It has been wonderful having you on the show. Thank you for your time. I've been speaking with Kingsley the Comedian. He's a comedian and author as well. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Statistics with Computer Science from our university, University of Benin. Continue to subscribe to our channel. We'll bring you more exclusive interviews of UNIBEN alumni. Bye for now.